Starting today, there are new rules for gun owners in New York City. That includes so-called gun-free zones in some of the city's busiest and most sensitive areas like Times Square. Our News reporter Naveen Dhaliwal is there tonight with much more on the story. Naveen.
Yeah, Liz, there are nearly 500,000 people in Times Square at a given time, hence why it's called a sensitive area. And now Times Square is considered a gun-free zone because of this new law that went into effect today. And not only that, if you want a gun permit in New York State, you're going to have to go through more rigorous restrictions. In a city of millions, where safety is top priority.
That's essential to feel comfortable in a spot like this.
Now, tougher gun laws are in effect in New York State, with these signs out reminding us as of today, Times Square is officially a gun-free zone.
Safer, definitely safer, yep, 100% safer.
Why would you need a gun? You know, we don't have guns over in England.
Not only is this new Concealed Carry Improvement Act going to limit where you can carry a weapon, such as schools, hospitals, government offices, there'll be rigorous requirements to get a gun permit, including character references and a review of the applicant's social media.
Not only social media, but also knocking on neighbors' doors, speaking to people, finding out who this individual is that we're about to allow to carry a firearm in our city.
The state's new law is in response to a Supreme Court ruling striking down New York's restrictive gun laws, and pro-gun groups like Gun Owners of America claiming the law violates the Second Amendment.
The state has almost put the entire state off limits for concealed carriers, and the judge agreed that that was unconstitutional.
Overnight, the law survived a legal challenge. While an upstate judge ruled the law can go forward, Governor Hochul claiming that a big win, the judge agreed the gun was unconstitutional and urged gun owners to refile the lawsuit.
The judge did give the roadmap forward for how to fix those technicalities, so they can, enjoy their mini victory.
For now, with more legal challenges likely certain, some are hoping for a happy medium.
I don't think guns are bad, but I also want to be protected from them. So, it is a hard decision which way you go.
Wait a minute. Time out. Flag on the play. You mean to tell me the same dude who got on camera and called out BLM for being inconsistent, not showing up, being hypocrites, we all cheered him for that?
The NYPD was searching for the suspect in the subway shooting yesterday. There were more than a dozen shootings in the city last night, and not to mention the shootings that we've seen recently of young, innocent people, some older as well, being shot on the streets of New York. How do you get a handle on this crime in this city, Mr. Mayor?
By being consistent with our message. Here's my question that I put out to the city. Hey, I thought Black Lives Matter. Where are all those who stated Black Lives Matter? Then go do an analysis of who was killed or shot last night. I was up all night speaking to my commanders in the Bronx, in Brooklyn. The victims were Black. Many of the shooters were Black. So I asked the question that was asking me when I was a child. It's 10 a.m., 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Why are 16, 17, and 18-year-olds out in our streets armed with guns 12, 1 o'clock at night? When are we going to start asking these serious questions? If Black Lives Matters, then the thousands of people I saw on the street when Floyd was murdered should be on the street right now stating that the lives of these Black children that are dying every night matters. We can't be hypocrites.
He seemingly has the greatest idea to combat gun violence, and it's not to actually implement a system that could actually stop crime, not to have more police in areas. It's to put up a sign that basically says, don't bring that here. That's not what we want here. This is a major tourist attraction. We got people all across the globe in the country making sure that they want to come to Times Square and go to Madison Square Garden and watch the Knicks and lose another football game. It is important that we all make sure New York is safe, especially basically our tourist attractions. And the only way we could think of that could do that is to put up signs, and hopefully nobody does anything. Do you people not understand? I get it. You live in Candyland. You think if you do something that's so spectacular that amounts to nothing, everybody's just gonna say, wow, I have changed my ways and I'll never ever do it again. No, there are people out there, incarcerated individuals, better known as criminals, felons, thugs, people who break the law, that do not value you as a human being. They don't care what you own. They don't care about your family. They don't care about how good or bad your day went. They want something from you, and they're gonna take it whether you're alive or they put you down in the dirt. What is there to understand that is so complex here? I get it. We all want to live in a peaceful world. We all want to go around and sing songs. We all want to go around and sing Kumbaya every day. But guess what? People exist that don't care about Kumbaya. Some don't even know what it means. I don't know what it means. All I know is people like to say it when they want to bring everybody together. The point is simple. People exist that harm other people unjustly, that don't care. Some get away with it. Some have been documented in New York getting away with it. And somehow, some way, some weird sign in just random spots is supposed to entice a criminal to say, all right, it's time for me to break the law. Huh? A sign? No guns? Damn, I can't do it today. No, it's not gonna work. I get the attempt. I understand where you're coming from. I get that you got problems with guns and criminals and school shootings and all these things. I understand that. But at the end of the day, this is not gonna help y'all. It's only gonna make people do it more stealthily. Because yes, some people walk around with their guns, just hold it out. But other people now are just gonna say, all right, let me try to sneak this in so that nobody sees me and I could just rob some random person at gunpoint and just walk away with my head held high. Some people understand the complexities of the world, and there's probably a better idea out there. I know somebody's gonna say, well, Leon, since you're so smart, you come up with a better idea. And my response would be, no matter what idea you implement, if it's not drastic, people will still do what they do best, which is not value any of you and still take things from you and still walk around with guns. But anybody else could come up with an idea that would even be 1% better than just going around and putting up signs saying, no guns here. It's not what we want to do. And even the people in New York, while some will agree, there are others that agree with me and say, people are still gonna do the things that they do. Why? Because they're criminals.
Yeah, well, I hope it's going to be effective. Of course, when you see the sign, it's jarring that we even have to have a sign that says no guns in New York. I hope that it works, because it's really scary to think that people would just have handheld guns out and about, and I just am not for that at all. So I'm hoping those signs work. Please, no guns in New York. We don't need any more.
I think it's ridiculous you're allowed concealed weapons at all. Mate, I'm an Australian. We don't have them in Australia. We don't have shootings. All we hear about in Australia is all the shooting you guys have. So less guns, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know if they will be as effective as they hope to be, but I definitely do not think that we should be carrying weapons around New York. As someone who grew up here, definitely makes one a little bit scarier. You have the subway enough to worry about, but yeah.
So just me reiterating, I think having a gun-free zone is ideal. I feel like there's people without guns, that we didn't even get to explore that option yet. I feel like people are giving up their rights. I feel like this sign is going to scare people from maybe having guns. If it's going to stop completely, no, I don't think it's going to stop anyone from possessing a gun, illegal tender, anything like that, legal substances. So I think this is like a step in that motion, but we could be giving away our God-given rights to bear arms, Yeah, God-given.
Well, I don't have a gun, so I'm not going to be affected, but I think it's not correct, as we have criminals who don't abide by the law and they carry guns, and then the taxpayer citizens who have a lot of rights yet don't have rights to protect themselves. I don't think it's right.
At the end of the day, I smile and laugh because there are people out there that put on these suits. They want to pretend like they're fighting back against all the hypocrites when they themselves are walking contradictions, and they will always be hypocrites. This weird idea, this pie in the sky mentality y'all got of making sure criminals get their chance in the sun and they can explain themselves for their criminal act. Guess what? Poverty is not the reason everybody is trying to steal from each other. Some people just want to steal. Some people just want to kill. Some people get the thrill from that. Some people are out there and they don't value you as a person. I've already explained this. If you can go around thinking, oh, I could give them a chance. You can go around saying, oh, well, let's wait to see what they do. Other people are going to take action. Other people are going to do what they do best, which is defending themselves if somebody comes around and wants to harm them. And that's what criminals like to do. So if you're going to be somebody that's going to see somebody break in or see somebody robbing you and you're going to get on all fours and give them that sweet Gucci, or if you're going to be somebody who defends themselves, or if you're just going to be somebody who plays Connect Four with somebody who's robbing you, you do what you deem necessary. Just don't police other people to believe in your weird mindset, okay? It's just that easy, just that simple. And for Eric Adams, I have no idea why you thought this was a good idea, but I can hardly laugh at you because it sounds very, very dumb. Subscribe to the channel. I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.